Hey, it's Steph. Thanks for watching today's video. I'm going to be doing my quarterly empties, declutter, and haul. I started doing these every 3 months or for every season at the beginning of this year. And I have compiled quite a collection of items that I'm either getting rid of, that I've emptied, and that have come into my collection. So I'm kind of unsure about this method. I feel like maybe it's too long of a stretch to go, but I will tell you my plans for the future near the end of this video. I want to start off with the declutters, and I'm going to go through these pretty quickly, so bear with me. Essentially what I've done for this declutter is just over time, as I'm using products and I discover that they are expired, or if they're not working as well as they used to, or if they just don't work for me and I just don't enjoy them, I stuck them in a box of declutters. And then I recently just went through some of the makeup that I hadn't gotten a chance to use this year, and I kind of, I swatched them, I took a real good look at them, and I just decided that I did not want them in my collection anymore. I know a lot of people do like overhead, they will take you through their collection as they declutter, but I did not do that this time, and I don't plan on doing large declutters in the future, but there are quite a few items here. So I'm going to start with some eyeshadow palettes, and the first one might not be a surprise, but it is my Hip Dot Sino eyeshadow palette. I'm working on this shade in my Pan Those Eyeshadows project, and I am just not impressed by this palette. The quality of it is just not my favorite, including that eyeshadow that I'm working on in my project. Another palette that might not be a surprise, but probably will because I said I was keeping it, is my Dominique Cosmetics Celestial Thunder palette. I was also working on this in my Pan Those Eyeshadows this year, and I was working on this shade right here. It looks like a really pretty purple, but on me it just looks black, like a shimmery black, and that's just not what I enjoy. I said I wanted to keep this and give it another chance in the fall because these colors are very fall to me, other than this blue, but I'm just discovering my preferences more and more every day, and I just feel like these colors are way too dark and rich for what I want on my eyes. The next palette I have never shown on my channel before, other than in my inventory photos. You may have seen it. It's the Taupes by Juvia's Place, and this is a brand new palette. I still have the plastic in it, and granted, it is a really beautiful color story, but I'm just not reaching for it. I've had it for a few years, and I have a lot of these similar shades in other palettes that I own, and I just don't want it. And I feel like it's brand new. I can pass it off to someone who will actually use it, and that makes me feel better than keeping it. And then the last eyeshadow palette that I'm decluttering is my Tori Bell Wildflowers palette. I haven't used this one much either. As you can see, I have some use on this green. And these are really beautiful colors. But again, I just don't see myself using these deeper shades. And I have similar shades in my collection to these. So I feel like I should just pass it along while it's in a really good condition. It's a beautiful palette, it just doesn't fit my preferences. Staying on the vein of eyeshadows, I do have some single shadows that I want to declutter. Two of them are ColourPop Super Shock shadows. I have the shade Blaze and Cornelius. These are so old. Cornelius is actually a matte. This is probably like 8 years old. I'm not even joking. And you can see it's pulling away from the sides. And you can also see there's barely any use on it. And then Blaze is actually one that is really beautiful, but I swatched all of my golds in my collection, and this is very similar to another one that I have. And I just don't want to keep it. It's very old again, and I just don't want it in my collection. This next single shadow is actually a loose eyeshadow from Bare Minerals, and it's the shade Ocean. It's a really pretty blue, but I just don't want to put this on my eyes. I think this was decluttered to me, and I've never used it. I've had it for years, and I've just never used it, and I do not want to use a loose eyeshadow. It just does not sound fun or easy to me. It sounds really messy. So I figured it's just taking up space in my collection, and it's just gonna move out. I have some Makeup Geek magnetic single eyeshadows that have been in my collection ever since Makeup Geek started, and unfortunately they've closed now. That's not why I'm decluttering them, but I'm just saying that's how old they are. And I actually keep them in this Makeup Geek Z palette that I bought with these shadows. And I'm just gonna pull them out. I actually swatched them on my hand to show you both how similar they are and how patchy they are. They're so dry. So the first one is the shade Vintage. And I was actually working on this in my Pan Those Eyeshadows. This is it swatched right here. The second one is called Unexpected. This light purple here. It's the second one swatched. You can tell how patchy that is. That's built up, you guys. I did like 2 or 3 swatches of that, so it needs to go. The third one is called Top Notch. And this one is actually broke, and I had to kind of repress it. It's this third one here. And the last one is called Faux Fur. Sorry how dirty these are. And it is here. As you can tell, when I bought these 4 shades, I didn't realize how similar they were. And I was also looking for a very cool toned shadow. I went through a phase, I think I talked about that before, where I was on the hunt for cool tones. The next few items are for the face. The first being my Essence Contouring Duo Palette. This I had in a project. Did I have it in a project or did I just hit? I don't remember, but I have a pan in the contour side, and this is way too pigmented and way too dark to actually use as a contour on myself, so I ended up using this as a brow shadow. And then this powder is just super chalky, so I don't want it taking up space in my drawer. And then I have another bronzer, but it's actually like a contour for me. This is the ColourPop bronzer in the shade Spectacle. As you can see, I have a pretty large pan in it. I did have this in a project earlier this year. I think it was my deck of panning project, and obviously I hit my goal of hitting pan. I feel like this formula is really dry, and again, I can only use this as eyebrows or eyeshadow, I guess. This is really patchy when I try to wear it as a bronzer, and it's very cool tone, so it's actually a contour for me, but it's old and I just don't want it in my collection. Another bronzer, I don't think I've ever showed on my channel, again, unless you pay attention to my inventory photos, but this is a Lisa Frank collab with Glamour Dolls, and I think my sister passed this down to me from a BoxyCharm, or I got it at a garage sale. I don't know. But it's in the shade Bitten in Bronze. This is it here, and as you can see, it is quite dark for my pale skin, and it's very patchy, very dry. It's just not easy to work with, and I don't want to fuss over my makeup. I want it to be enjoyable. So I did think about keeping this in just for like prompts with animal print, but that's not a reason to keep an item in your collection. The next is a powder foundation, and this is the J Cat Beauty Aquassurance Foundation. This I purchased years and years ago as a recommendation from Taylor Wynn here on YouTube. She loves this formula, and it is a really, really smooth, full coverage powder, but it's white. Very, very rarely do I find that I buy something that is like this much lighter than my skin tone that I can't make work. But I've held on to this for 5 or 6 years now, and I just can't make it work. So unfortunately, I have to declutter it. This is in the shade Porcelain, by the way. And then the last face item is this NYX blush in the shade Desert Rose. I had this in my deck of panning project pan earlier in this year as my Joker card, which if you're not familiar with the deck of panning, Joker, that means you have to roll in a product that you're like, are you joking me? Like, I have to pan this? Something that you really don't want to pan. And I really did not want to pan this vibrant hot pink blush. And as I got my uses on it, I just learned that it's just not for me. So I got this at a garage sale years ago, and I hadn't opened it until I rolled it into that project earlier this year. There's even like the garage sale sticker is still on the back, but it was like sealed. It had the plastic on it, so I was comfortable purchasing it. And yeah, I wish I hadn't. Granted, it was probably like 50 cents, but it's leaving my collection today. The next items I'm decluttering, I'm almost done, I promise, are lip liners. And I have mentioned many times in my videos that I just do not reach for lip liners. I had a NYX lip liner in a project earlier this year, and it was so dry. I wore it like 2 days in a row, and my lips were chapped. It was bad. And I think I showed myself decluttering that last declutter, but I found another NYX lip liner in my collection that I had purchased at the same time as that one, and it is just as dry. So unfortunately, I have to throw this one out. Another lip liner I'm decluttering is from CoverGirl, and this is the shade Passion. It's a red lip liner, and again, this is just so old and so dry. It like tugs on my lips when I try to put it on. Not fun. And again, this was actually a lip liner that I hadn't taken out of the packaging yet. In my inventory photos, you'd probably see this in its packaging, but like I said earlier, I kind of went through my collection to find some products that just weren't serving me, and unfortunately, this is just not a good formula. It's very dry. If I do use a lip liner, I am keeping my Dominique Cosmetics lip liner that I had in a project earlier, and that is very creamy and it's super comfortable. So I would totally reach for that one and just not these dry formulas. And the last one is actually one that I just rolled out of my That's So 2000s project pan. It's my Steve Laurent color Chic, and the color just doesn't work for me. It's dry. Again, I feel like a broken record, but I just don't want it. And I mentioned in that video that you might see it in this declutter video, and here it is leaving my collection. The very last item that I'm decluttering, you might be able to guess because I talked about it in my deck of panning project. I had this Bodyography eyeliner in the shade Midnight Blue. I had this in for the Joker, my Are You Joking card. Yes, I've got it twice this year. And I kind of talked to you guys about what I should do because this is so dry. The pigment is just not good. And I talked about the prompts was like, are you joking? It's something that you really don't want to pan, which I do not want to pan this. But I got a lot of encouragement from you guys just to declutter it. Jenny mentioned, you know, panning should be fun, and I really appreciate that reminder. So I am rolling something else in for that prompt. I don't want to skip out on the Joker just because I'm decluttering this, but this eyeliner is leaving my collection. Okay, let's move on to my empties because I have quite a few. Let's start off with like skincare and body care. And I always show you guys my micellar waters because I go through these so quickly. I have a 13.5 ounce and a 23.7 ounce. This is the waterproof version from Garnier. And this is my favorite micellar water. So you will always see these in my empties. Another item that you will most likely see in every single empties video is my CeraVe PM moisturizer, and I actually use this in the morning. It's very lightweight and it does not really affect my makeup at all, and it's not greasy because I get pretty oily in my T-zone, so it's really important for me to get a lightweight moisturizer that really sinks into my skin. Oh my gosh, my hair. Oh, I usually always have one of these Dove dry spray deodorants in here too. This is the apple and white tea, which I really enjoyed this scent and I would definitely repurchase it. I love like peach, apple, white tea scents like this. They're just fresh and they just smell really good to me. And then I have a hydrating facial cleanser from CeraVe. I did enjoy this. I don't know if I would repurchase, but it was gentle, which is nice. Yeah, it wasn't really a standout product, but it worked just fine. Another skincare empty is my Volition Hibiscus Correcting Oil. You saw me finish this in one of my projects earlier this year. I did really enjoy this oil and it did not make me oilier, which I feel like some oils tend to do. I'm not sure if it really corrected any of my pigmentation, so I would not repurchase this, and I think this is like $50, which is not worth it to me for something that I can't really see a difference in. Another skincare that you saw me pan and empty in a project is my Tower 28 SOS Daily Rescue Facial Spray, and again, I didn't really see a difference in this. I know a lot of people say this is like their holy grail spray, and then some people are like, it didn't do anything for me. I'm one of those people that it didn't really do anything for, unfortunately, so I would not repurchase this, but it was fine. I think I got this from my sister, like a BoxyCharm item that she passed down to me, as well as that Volition one oil, actually, now that I remember correctly. But yeah, I don't think I would purchase this myself. I have some packs of like acne spots. These are both from Peach Slices. This one is the Deep Blemish Micro Dart, and then this one is just the Acne Spot Dots. If you remember, probably like March, April, I was breaking out so bad from 2 foundations back to back that were expired and that were breaking me out. So I just flew through these acne patches. I do like this brand, Peach Slices, and they're pretty affordable. I think I got them on either Ulta or Amazon. I think you can get them from both. Yeah, I would definitely repurchase. Thankfully, I haven't needed to. My skin is pretty clear right now, and I have some other patches that I can use, but I would definitely repurchase these if I needed to. Another empty is my Good Molecules Verba Mate Wake Up Gel. This is not the one that I'm currently panning. This was one that I had finished before I started working on that one because I had 2 of these in my stash. So I do really enjoy this. I feel like it does help wake my under eyes up in the morning. And I also use it at night. So at night, I put a little more generous amount on my eyes, just kind of like do the slugging method where you like really cake it on. And then in the morning, I'll just do a really light layer because it's going under my makeup, of course. But I feel like it really works under my makeup and it doesn't affect it at all. And I do think I see like a benefit from this. Now, that one wasn't the one that I'm working on in a project, but this one is. This is a spoiler for my, it's either the I Heart the 90s or the That's 2000s project pan. It was for The Simpsons, I think, yellow packaging or product, and I finished it again. So it looks like these take me about 3 months to go through because I finished that other one like very soon after my last Empties. Like I wish I had included it in that Empties. And that was about 3 months ago. So I would say these take me about 3 months. I don't have a backup right now. I don't have any eye gels in my collection at the moment. So I'm kind of doing an experiment and I'm just taking my moisturizer up under my eyes and seeing if that is good enough or if I need to purchase another eye gel, which I would definitely repurchase this one. I'm really interested in the one from Inky List. I've heard great things about that, but if you have an eye gel that you love, let me know down below. Try to be affordable, please. The last skincare empty is my Supergoop Unseen Sunscreen. I finished this in a project as well. This is obviously like a sample, and I really do enjoy this. It's very smoothing and mattifying, and it works really great under my makeup. It's pretty expensive for the full size, and I'm sure there are some drugstore SPFs that I enjoy more. But I would repurchase this if I didn't find an alternative, if that makes sense. I did really enjoy it. Now I have 2 hair care items. I have my Briogeo Don't Despair Repair Mask. I also emptied this in a painting project. This was a little heavy for my hair. I have very thin hair, and so I don't think I would ever repurchase this, but I was happy to use this travel size. And then I have this dry shampoo from Dove. It's the Care Between Washes Invisible Dry Shampoo. This was fine. I think it worked okay. That's all I can say. It wasn't really a standout. The last like body care category empty is actually a perfume. This is Good Chemistry Queen Bee. This is one of my all-time favorite perfumes. You can get this at Target. I'm not sure if you can get it anywhere else, but this was 1.7 fluid ounces. It says vibrant and bold with a touch of sass. But yeah, I really love this, and I will absolutely repurchase it. Now let's move on to the makeup empties, which I feel like is the most exciting. And one really exciting thing is I actually emptied an eyeshadow. I don't think I've ever emptied an eyeshadow before, and it's from my Sultry palette from ABH. And of course it's like the easiest one to empty, but I used up the shade Fresh. So that is really exciting for me. I really should have looked through this makeup empties bin before I started filming because I found 2 things that I was actually decluttering. Well, okay, 3 things. One of them was my CoverGirl True Blend foundation. This was one of the foundations that was breaking me out really bad earlier this year. So I just can't use it anymore. I have to throw it away, which is so unfortunate. But it is what it is. And then this was actually the other NYX lip liner that I referred to earlier that I thought I showed in my other declutter. But yeah, this was the one that was making my lips really chapped in like earlier this year, so I have to declutter it. And then here is a Jordana eyeliner. This is in Sterling Blue, easy liner for eyes, and this again super dried out. I think this is the one. Yeah, this is the one that's like has a white all around it. Ugh, it's just nasty. Okay, now the rest of these are all empties, and I'm gonna start from like order of application, which that'll just help me keep track of it. I have 2 primer empties. They are minis, but still counts out of my inventory. This is the number 7 Airbrush Away primer. I really enjoyed this, and I think I would repurchase this for sure. And it was just really nice under makeup. And then I have the Bite Beauty Changemaker little mini primer. This is the Skin Optimizing Primer, normal to dry skin. And this was okay. Obviously, I can't purchase it because Bite is going out of business, but I don't think I would have repurchased it anyway. Next, I have 3 foundation empties, which I do count this as a foundation in my inventory, but I'm kind of questioning that after using it these past couple of months. This was in, oh, this is in my graveyard, and this is a spoiler. I just realized that, but this is the Paula's Choice Super Light Defense SPF. This is a tinted SPF 30. And so I categorize this in my foundation collection because it gave me coverage and I can just wear it alone. But when I did wear it, I still put foundation over it. So I probably shouldn't have categorized this in my foundation. You know, after getting some more use out of it, I realized that's how I like to use it better. But yeah, this is empty. You saw me empty this Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Foundation in a current project, and I really love the formula of this. It looks great on my skin, but it oxidizes really bad on me. I have the shade Cool 3, and I imagine this is a very expensive foundation, so I probably would not purchase it, but I really did like the formula. So if I were to repurchase it, I'd probably try to get a lighter color, but I did really enjoy the formula and it looked beautiful on my skin. And then this is the big one, my NARS Natural Radiant Foundation, and I completely emptied this in my I Heart the 90s project pan earlier this year. This is a little sentimental to me because it's the foundation that I wore on my wedding day and now I'm throwing it away. Yeah, I really did enjoy this. I probably would not repurchase it because I feel like I found other ones that are less expensive that I enjoy just as much or more. But of course, I really enjoyed using this up. I had the shade Mont Blanc, if you're curious. It's a little yellow for my skin tone, but I made it work. Obviously, I wore it on my wedding day, so it looked great. I actually emptied 2 powders. I emptied my Laura Mercier translucent powder and my Cover FX Perfect Setting Powder. Neither of these were in projects, but I had like a break between some powders that I was panning where I could like completely use these up. I would not repurchase the Cover FX one. It was fine. It was okay. I might repurchase the Laura Mercier one, but I feel like I have some drugstore ones that I like better, like my Coty Airspun, my Holy Grail, and I really like the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Powder. So, I mean, it was really good, but I probably won't repurchase just because of the price. I skipped a step, and it's really surprising because I have 2 concealer empties. This is the Maybelline Fit Me. I finished this quite some time ago in my Partners in Cream project pan. This is very, very light coverage, but it's a really great formula. So for no makeup days or really light coverage days, I think this is a really great concealer for me. I have the shade 05 Ivory, and I think it's a really good shade for me. So I would repurchase this if I was in the market for like a light coverage concealer. And then I finished my Holy Grail, my Benefit Boing Concealer. Oh, it's so sad, but still really exciting. I have the shade number 2.5, and I would 100% repurchase this. It's already on my wish list, so I don't forget. But I have a lot of other concealers that I need to work through before I do so. Okay, hopefully I don't look too much different. I had to erase some footage on my memory card to make more room to keep filming. I'm so prepared. Next, let's talk about eyeliners. So I actually used up this mini of the Kat Von D liquid liner in the shade Trooper. It's a really great liner. I do enjoy it. It has a brush tip, which you have to be a little more careful with, but I seem to use it just fine. I probably would not repurchase this because I have since found a liquid liner from the drugstore that I really love, and I will talk about that in my haul. But yeah, I enjoyed it while I had it. And then my ColourPop Cream Gel Liner in the shade Teaspoon. I was working on this, I think, in my Partners in Cream project pan, and I unfortunately did not use it all up myself, but it did break off and I lost it. I still don't know where that piece went. Who knows, but this is done. It's an empty, I guess. Declutter or an empty, I don't know, because I didn't personally use it completely up, but it is an empty product. For brows, I actually have two brow empties. My first one is the LA Girl Shady Slim Brow Pencil, and I have the shade Medium Brown, and I really enjoyed this. I feel like all of these super like micro thin brow pencils are pretty similar, but I would repurchase this one. I really enjoy the NYX one, and I think CoverGirl has one, LA Girl, Ulta has one. They're great. I really do enjoy the slim, like the ultra slim brow pencils. That's my preferred method of doing my brows. Recently, I've just been using a bronzer that I'm trying to use up in my graveyard. So I probably won't repurchase a brow pencil anytime soon. I don't remember if I have one. I do have brow products in the haul portion of this video. Okay. But my other empty is the e.l.f. Wow Brow. And I forget what shade I have. Oh, here it is. Neutral Brown. I don't think this really did a whole lot. I don't understand the hype on this. Maybe I just didn't have a shade that was dark enough for my brows, but I don't think this showed up at all on my eyebrows. So I don't think I would repurchase it, unfortunately. It was fine. It was okay. I don't get the hype. I have two mascara empties. One is a mini. This is from Say, and I did not enjoy this at all. This did barely anything to my eyelashes. I actually use this on my bottom lashes most of the time because I just do not enjoy this on my upper lashes. So I would not repurchase this guy. On the other hand, my Benefit Roller Lash, I love this thing. The wand is pretty cool. It has like shorter bristles on the top and then longer bristles on the bottom. So what I would typically do is apply it with the longer bristles, and then I would flip and then comb through it with the shorter bristles. I don't know if that's how you're actually supposed to use it, but I did like the effect on my lashes. This was a repurchase. I think I had a sample of it like years ago, and then I purchased the full size because I did enjoy it. I probably would repurchase this at some point if I wanted a high-end mascara, but I don't think you really need high-end mascaras. I feel like the ones from the drugstore are just as good, if not better. I have two lip gloss empties, which you have seen both of them in my project pan. So the first being my Tower 28 Lip Jelly in the shade Cashew. I had taken the stopper out of this guy and I really enjoyed it. This kind of made me see lip glosses in a different light. I don't think I own any other lip glosses now that I've emptied these two that I'm talking about. But before that, I looked at lip glosses just being really sticky. I didn't want my hair to stick to it. Like, they just seemed like a nuisance. But this was super moisturizing. It wasn't sticky. It was a little thick. Maybe I was just applying too much, trying to use it up. And I really liked that it had a tint to it because I could wear it on its own some days if I wanted to. So I probably would repurchase this. I've heard like pistachio is a really nice shade to try. If you have any shade recommendations, let me know. And then my other lip gloss empty is my Tory Bell 24 karat gold lip gloss. And this actually had like flakes of gold in it, which wasn't my favorite, but you couldn't really tell until I was getting to the bottom because all the flakes had gone to the bottom. But yeah, I like this formula a lot too. This was not sticky and it was not heavy, and it was comfortable. I probably wouldn't repurchase it just because lip gloss isn't something that I just go out to repurchase. And if I were to try a new lip gloss, it would probably just be from the drugstore or that Tower 28 one. So I did enjoy it while I had it, but I would not get it again. And then the last makeup category is setting sprays, and I have 3 empties for you. I think the first one that I emptied was my Milani Make It Last, and I think I used this in my I Heart the 90s project pan, if I remember correctly, and this has become my holy grail setting spray. I had never used it before rolling it into that project, and I love it. I think it works really well on my oily skin, and it just makes my makeup look really pretty, and it helps with the longevity. So you might see this later in the video during my haul. Then I worked on my Benefit Professional Mini Setting Super Setter, and this is okay. It wasn't my favorite. I would not repurchase this. Yeah, I honestly don't remember a whole lot about it, but I remember that I would not get it again. And then I have the Morphe Mini Continuous Setting Spray. This is in like an aerosol, like a hairspray can, and I did not enjoy this either. I don't feel like this did a whole lot for the longevity of my makeup, and that's primarily what I use setting sprays for, to try to help my oils like stay away. But yeah, this was super fine when it sprayed out, and I feel like I used too much of it because of that reason. I went through this really quickly, like less than a month I used this up. For those reasons, I would not repurchase this. Okay, it's time for my haul portion of this video, and just remember that this is over the span of spring, so 3 months basically. And I have this thing where I don't want to use anything that I've purchased until I do my haul. I don't know what it is. It's just this mental block that I have. And so I haven't used any of these products except one, which I will talk about. I'm going to start off with actually some items that I got at a garage sale. And some people might think that's weird or gross, buying makeup from a stranger, but it's just like buying from Poshmark or, you know, secondhand makeup. And I only got things that I knew that I could either sanitize myself or that like the person didn't touch the actual product. So I actually got a L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear, and I already have one of these in my collection, but this is a lighter shade, shade 405, and I don't remember which shade I have now, but if I think about it, I'll put it on the screen. So I think this shade will actually work a lot better for me than the current shade that I have. So I thought that was a really great purchase. I got this for $3. And I also got the Morphe Fluidity Full Coverage Foundation in the shade F1.3. And these are like full, brand new. Like, I also got this for $3. And of course, I left one of the items in my purse, I'm assuming, because I just stuck it in there when I was garage sailing. But there was a bin that was, I think it was 2 for $1 actually. So the item that I'm forgetting is actually a mini Becca highlighter in Champagne Pop, which I have never tried Champagne Pop before. Finally getting around to it after they go out of business. But I'll insert a picture here. It's swatched. It looked like it was not used at all, but I did swatch it on myself just to make sure that I could get some use out of it. And then I'll probably still like spray it with alcohol or something, or like wipe it. I don't know how exactly I'm going to sanitize it, but I know I can. So I got that essentially for 50 cents. I also got this Maybelline Cheek Heat, and it's in the shade 15 Nude Burn. And I've heard mixed reviews on this. I've heard people love it. I've heard people hate it, but it was 50 cents. The product looks like it matches the color of the packaging, which looks like it's really beautiful. So I'm excited to try this formula out. I've never tried the Cheek Heats from Maybelline, and I just felt like it was a good opportunity to get it for 50 cents and to try it out. So that is my garage sale haul. I want to show you some items that I picked up from Pretties for Your Face. This is an indie brand. I heard about them through Silly Pans on Instagram. I really love her content. I'll link her down below. But she posted that they were having a sale, and she also had like a coupon code that I could use. So I got these on really great sale, but I did pick up some single eyeshadows from her. And again, I haven't opened these. I haven't swatched these. They're still in their little things because of my mental block. But the first shade I got is Hidden Treasure. Then I got Sand Dollar. I got Valentine Baby. This is Golden Glitz. And then apparently I accidentally ordered 2 of the same shades, which is Eliza. They're so beautiful. These are the only indie single eyeshadows that I own. So I'm really excited to try them out. And she was also having a sale on her roll-on fragrances. I've been looking for like a summer scent that I want to try. So I have 3 scents right here. Pink Sugar, Mango Salsa, and Beach Bum. So I'm really excited for those. And she threw in a sample of Charcoal Tonka body spray. That sounds very interesting. So yeah, I was really happy to support an indie brand. She seems really sweet on Instagram. I will link her down below, of course. These purchases are out of order. They're not like from the beginning of spring to the end of spring, because I just kind of like lumped them together to like store them before I do this video. Ugh. But recently Glossier was having a 20% off. I think it's like a friends and family sale type thing. And so I took the plunge. I've never tried anything from Glossier before. And because I just used up those 2 powders, I decided to pick up the Wowder. And I got the shade G11 to G12. Hopefully that works. I haven't even opened this yet. Yeah, that looks like it will work. That looks really pretty. I've heard really great things about the Wowder, so I hope that it works with my oily skin, and I'll let you guys know. I also decided to pick up the Stretch Concealer, and I just finished those 2 concealers, so I don't feel too bad about it. But this is a very light coverage, very natural color, and I think I got the wrong color. Why do I do this? Maybe not. I got G10. Oh boy. It's definitely the wrong color. Dang it. Okay, I'm going to see if I can exchange it. Good thing this is something that I just ordered, so I think I have time to exchange it, but I'm not going to swatch it. I'm not going to touch it. I know for a fact that's the wrong color. I should have got like G12, or what was this? G11, G12. You live and you learn. Okay, I know you guys have seen the new eyeshadow palettes from Profusion, the Harvest palette and something else. But I don't know what came over me. I could not resist the Harvest palette. I've never tried Profusion eyeshadows before, and I just hear really great things about them. So I placed an order on Profusion's website, and I 100% got the Harvest palette. It's so beautiful. It still has a plastic on it, but yeah, here it is. Oh my gosh, I've seen so many beautiful looks that people are creating with this, so I'm really excited to play around with it myself. And of course, because I was placing an order on their website, I wanted to add a few things. So I ended up getting this blend 4-piece brush set, and this was on sale. But just look how cute it is with the green. I travel a lot for work, so I think I'll get some use out of the case too. And then because I'm kind of running low on mascaras, I still have a couple, but I wanted to stock up on more. I decided to try their Faux Lashes mascara. It says it's lengthening and volumizing, and so hopefully it works. I haven't seen anybody talk about this. I'm finding that my preferences with my lashes are that I want them to be lengthening, almost not more than volumizing, but I want both. I want volumizing and lengthening, and my current mascara that I'm using is the L'Oreal Voluminous mascara, and it's just not doing it for me. So I'm on the hunt for a mascara. Then I decided to pick up the Good Brow Day Waterproof Tinted Brow Gel. And I got the shade Dark Brown. Again, I haven't heard much about this, but I'm needing a brow gel in my life. I just opened my very last brow gel in my stash, so I'm going to need this in a couple months. And I also decided to take a chance on a waterproof brow pen. This is one of those, like, it's a marker, not a marker, but it's kind of like a liquid eyeliner, but for your brows. And I also got this in dark brown, so hopefully I like it. Let me know if you've tried any of these items from Profusion and what you think of them. And I think I needed to get like free shipping or something. So I threw in this waterproof shadow stick in the shade Twinkle. I don't have any shadow sticks ever. I don't have any. So I thought this would be really good for like the inner corner or the brow bone. They threw in this free brush set. It says thank you for your purchase. And it has like really pretty glitter handles, and they look like they're really soft brushes. I'm excited for these. Sorry if that packaging was so loud. I didn't even realize that. Yeah, that's my haul from Profusion. Okay, this is a Sephora haul, which I got my birthday gift. I chose the Tatcha birthday gift. This comes with the rice wash, the dewy skin cream, and the liquid silk canvas. I've never tried anything from Tatcha before, so I was just really curious to see my thoughts on it. I probably would never purchase a full size either, but look how cute. Let's all say it together. I had to put some more stuff in my cart because I was placing an order, of course. So this was on sale, and I have not tried any of the bronzing products from Fenty before, so I decided to throw this in. It's called the Lil Bronze Duo, and it comes with the Sunstalker powder bronzer and then a matchstick bronzer. I got the shades Shady Biz and Cinnamon, but hopefully they work for my pale skin. I'm really excited to try these formulas. This matchstick has been on my wish list for years, basically ever since it came out. So when I saw it's on sale, I was like, snatch it up. I've been looking for a cleansing balm, and I don't have any at the moment, so I decided to throw this one in from Inky List. It's the Oat cleansing balm. It actually comes in a tube. I'm not super familiar with. Usually the cleansing balms that I use come in the tub. So I like that you can just like squeeze this on your hand instead of scooping it out. Let me know if you've tried it. I should have got the eye cream when I placed this order, but of course I wasn't thinking ahead in the future. And I purchased this very, very early spring. Like my birthday is March 28th and the first day of spring is March 20th. So this purchase was made very long time ago and I haven't used any of the items. The last thing I threw into this Sephora order was from The Ordinary. It's the High Adherence Silicone Primer, which I've heard a lot of good things about this. And I am running low on primers. Low is a relative word. I think I have like two or three. So I just threw that in to try it out. And then with the order, I got a free sample of the Bumble & Bumble shampoo and conditioner and a free sample of the LYS Triple Fix Serum Foundation, which I'm so excited to try. I've heard really good things about this foundation. Okay, at some point in the spring, Ulta was having their spring event. Of course, they have like a makeup one and they have a hair one. And during the hair one, I noticed that my very favorite apple cider vinegar rinse was going to be on sale. So I actually like set a reminder on my phone and I never do that. So I picked up the DP Hue apple cider vinegar rinse and I think it was like 20 or 30% off. Why wasn't that in my empties? I 100% emptied one of those. I think it's still in my shower. Okay, well, I needed a backup, so I got this and I also got the scalp scrub that's in my shower because I've been using it. I love this. I will continue to repurchase it. I feel like it actually helps with my scalp. I get pretty dry scalp if I don't use like a scalp rinse or a scalp scrub on a weekly basis, like once a week. That's how often I use these products. And I love it. Because I was placing that order, I wanted to add something to it. Rolls eyes. As I mentioned before in my empties, I fell in love with the Milani Make It Last setting spray. So I wanted to buy like the jumbo version of it. I was like, I am committing. This is my favorite spray. I want the big boy. Do you see anything wrong with this picture? I accidentally ordered the travel size of it instead of the jumbo size, which is the complete opposite of what I wanted. But now I have this for traveling. Like I said, I travel for work sometimes, so I will just save this for when I travel and I'll just take it with me. So, I mean, it's not that big of a deal because I will use it. And it's kind of nice that it's small. I also threw in one of my CeraVe PM moisturizers because I just used one up. I needed another one. Yeah, I will always, always, always repurchase this. This is kind of where my memory gets blurred because I know that the next Ulta haul was from like a sale and it was like buy one, get one 50% off. Buy two, get one free. Buy whatever, you know, get this. So there's quite a few products here, but I really tried to be intentional and really think of items that I needed, that I was running low on. Obviously, some items are exceptions. So let's start off with this little mini NYX Marshmallow Primer. I've heard really good things about this and I've heard bad things about this. So I got the little one so I can try it out. I also got another Maybelline Fit Me loose powder. I have the shade 05 Fair, and I actually already have one of these in my collection, but this was like 50% off, or it was like buy one, get one free. So I decided to be intentional and buy a backup of a powder that I actually love. I just had to clear my memory card again. This is gonna be such a long video. Oh my gosh. Okay. So back on my Ulta haul. I also decided to try this Lanolips 101 Ointment Multi Balm, and I got the scent Peach, which I love peach scents. I have no doubt that I'm going to love this, and I've heard really good things about the formula, so I'm excited to try that. Wet n Wild was also on sale, so I decided to pick up the tinted moisturizer, or the tinted hydrator, and I got the shade Fair Pale. I'm really excited to try this out in the summer. Most of the foundations that I have now are fuller coverage, and I'm gonna need something to either mix in with them or like just wear by itself on lighter makeup days. And of course, people rave about this, so I'm really excited to try it out on my oily T-zone and just see how long it lasts on me. This has been on my wish list forever and ever and ever, and I was really trying not to buy foundation products. But I did use up 3, so I mean, I don't feel terrible about it. But I kind of do. No, I don't. I don't. My CeraVe PM moisturizer was on sale as well. Pretty sure. I don't know, but I go through these so fast. So I have 2 more now, which I'm fine about. I'm okay because I use that every single day. I ended up picking up 2 new liquid liners because I was completely out after I used up that Kat Von D one. One of them I do not have with me. It is in my makeup drawer and I totally forgot to grab it, but it's the Physicians Formula Waterproof Liner. I'll put a picture up here, but I love that liner. I bought that with the recommendation from Jessica Braun, and she specifically said the waterproof one, and that's what I got. And yeah, it's just so black and so like sharp, and it's just so clean. Like if I have a liquid liner on in any of my photos, like on Instagram or in these videos, that's what I'm wearing, and it is very user friendly. I picked that liner up, and I also picked up the NYX Epic Ink liner. I've also heard really good things about this. I got it in black again. I kind of think I should have got like brown because I've been seeing a lot of people using brown liner, but black is my go-to. I just love how it looks on myself, but I probably didn't need to buy 2 liquid liners. I also picked up another NYX Micro Brow Pencil, and I got the shade Chocolate. I ended up getting the Glow Tonic Toner. I'm excited to incorporate this in my skincare routine. I've heard good things. I hope it works for me, but we'll see. Oh, the Urban Decay Lash Freak was part of this sale as well, and Sarah Rose, I think it's Sarah Rose, she raves about this, and so I wanted to pick it up while it was on sale. I think it was like $13 for this full size. It has a very interesting wand, so I'm kind of scared, but I'm really curious. I wanted to try this Pacifica Clean Shot. This is like it's like a retinol. Actually, it's a retinoid. I want to start getting into using retinols and retinoids, and this one had really good reviews. I also picked up this L'Oreal Everpure Scalp Care Detox Scrub. Again, I use a scrub like once a week. I tried the Sephora brand one, and it just was really like coarse. It was like giant pieces of sea salt basically, and they didn't dissolve very quickly on my scalp. It was kind of tearing up my head. That's what it felt like. So I'm on the hunt. I am enjoying the DP Hue apple cider vinegar one that I mentioned before. That's in my shower. But I wanted to try this L'Oreal Everpure line as well. I also picked up these Everpure shampoo and conditioner. They're the Bond Strengthening line. These are a recommendation from Abby Young. I really love her channel. I'll link her down below. She does like skincare and hair care, sometimes makeup, but I usually go to her for skincare and hair care. And she raves about these from the drugstore, so I picked those up as well. Oh, I totally skipped these in my Sephora haul, but when Bite announced that they were closing, I went to place an order because everything was like 50% off. And I almost ordered the powder that they have because Kelly Gooch raves about their powder. I was like, I don't really need a pressed powder. Like, I prefer loose setting powders. So I just decided to pick up their Upswing mascara. Again, this was 50% off. I know I can never buy it again, so I don't really know why I'm trying it out if I can't buy it again, but I was just really curious. And again, I'm running low on mascaras, so, well, now I'm not. I think I hauled 3, so I'm good. I'm good on mascaras. And I got this as like a free sample with my Sephora. It is the Sol de Janeiro Balm Dia Bright Cream. I've never tried any of their products before, and of course people rave about the Boom Boom Cream, and I ended up buying a perfume set. I just mentioned in my Decapanning project pan that I only own one high-end perfume, and that's my Marc Jacobs Daisy Love perfume that was gifted to me from my husband. But I have always had the YSL Black Opium perfume on my wish list. I feel like everyone loves it. I have smelled it in Ulta many years ago, and every time I go there I smell it because I want it. So on Sephora they had this YSL kit with the Libre and the Black Opium. So now I have a couple more high-end perfumes. I know they're little minis, but I'm excited to try them out. I know I love this Black Opium, but I'm really curious about the Libre. So I was at Walmart and completely forgot that I placed the Ulta order for the L'Oreal shampoo and conditioner. And I bought 2 more, so hopefully I love it because now I have like backups. That was like so dumb on my part. I admit that. I'm almost done, I swear. Early spring, Nabla was having a sale on their website. I think it was 20% off or something. So I took the plunge and I decided to order their skin glazing products. So I bought 3 different shades. I bought Ambra, which is like a bronzer. I bought Ozone, which is more of a highlighter. And I bought Truth, which is more of a blush. Now, I said before, I have this mental block where I cannot use products until I haul them in a video. So I haven't tried these yet. I've just been like wanting to. I've been wanting to roll them into projects. I've been wanting to just like play with them. And guess who was having another sale? I swear this is my last one. Milani was having a sale. So I decided to order my jumbo Make It Last setting spray straight from Milani's website. I'm so happy to have this back in my life, and I'm happy to have the jumbo size. This is 6.0 fluid ounces. And of course I had to add a few more items to get free shipping. Rolls my eyes. And this is a lot different than what I expected. Okay, this is the Milani Keep It Full Nourishing Lip Plumper. And I got the shade Rosy Bronze. And I don't think I realized there was glitter in this product, but it looks really pretty. So then I ended up getting the Milani Highly Rated Anti-Gravity Out of This World Mascara. And I got the shade Intense Black. Then I added the Milani Silky Matte Bronzer in the shade Sunlight. Now, when I was placing my order, I was trying to think of all the items from Milani that I have on my wish list or I've wanted to try, and I thought of this bronzer and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to get it because I don't have a lot of like warm tone bronzers nowadays, like powder bronzers for the summer. So I got this, and then I got home and I realized I already have this. I'm just a mess, you guys. My life, I need to get back on track. But yeah, so I have a backup. I might give this to someone. I might give it to my mom or my sisters. I haven't decided yet, but for now I have 2 of these. And then with my purchase, Milani gave me like a free gift. I was not expecting this at all, but it's very nice. They gave me a mini of the Luminoso blush, which I've never tried ever. So that's kind of fun because so many people talk about this and I've never even like swatched it or anything. So hopefully that works for me. And then they also gave me a sample of the 10-in-1 volume mascara. That is it. That is all the makeup skincare that has left my collection and come into my collection during the season of spring. Happy summer, you guys. The first day of summer was yesterday when I'm filming this, so I'm really excited and looking forward to warmer days and the sunshine coming out. Let me know if you have tried any of these products and what your thoughts are on them. I feel like this was a little crazy for me, and I feel like I didn't realize how much I was buying because I would buy it and then I would just stash it for this haul. And I don't want to do that anymore. Why am I tearing up? I'm feeling emotional about it. I think what I'm feeling right now is a little bit of like guilt and feeling a little bit of like an overwhelming feeling of like being a little like out of control. I've talked a little bit about my life being crazy right now. Shoot, no tears are allowed to fall. And I feel like maybe my shopping is reflecting that as well. You know, retail therapy is a real thing, and we all kind of go through it sometimes. I don't think I realized that I was doing it. I did not expect this video to go this direction, but I'm sure you can all relate. Yeah, so dang, I did not expect to cry like at all. But my plan moving forward is a no buy. I was on a no buy last year, and I did really well. I did break it a couple of times. Once like in June, I bought an eyeshadow palette, and then near the end of last year, I bought some things for like Black Friday and all the end of the year sales. But now I feel like I'm set. Have you seen gas prices these days? Honestly, like, yes, the no buy is about like the quantity of makeup that I have and like intentional consumption, which I'm not portraying very well in this video. But I think this time, well, obviously it's about like my overconsumption because I'm feeling all these emotions. But when I decided to go on the no buy, it was about budget. I'm trying not to spend as much money now because like our economy is crazy and like we're doing fine financially. It's just I want to be more intentional, and I have enough makeup. I have enough. Like I have enough to last me at least like till the end of the year. So My goal is to be on a no buy. If I decide to purchase anything makeup related, it will be after I have a conversation with my husband, because we share finances, and yeah, it will be a very intentional purchase that we both have talked through, and it will make sense. Like financially, it will make sense. So, whoa! I hope you enjoyed this video. I think it's fun to watch like what products people use and what they get rid of and what they bring into their collections. Honestly, this probably is not as much as I'm feeling right now. I'm just so overwhelmed with like life, and now I'm sitting with all these products like around me, and I'm just feeling like overwhelmed. So probably shouldn't have waited 3 months to show you all the stuff I got. But anyway, if you enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed watching me cry about makeup, please give it a thumbs up. And if you like watching like makeup and panning content, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. So I see you in my next video.